acid. Okay, this will be the third one, right? We are done with 2. This will be third. Ortho phosphorus acid. Now orthophosphorus acid means what? Phosphorus acid only. Okay, so what was the phosphorus acid? Because I hope you remember that in orthophosphoric, yeah, H3PO3. H3, okay. The condition for ortho was what? The condition for ortho was N should be greater than or equal to 3, right?
Yes,
Condition
sir.
was N should be greater than or equal to, number of hydrogen should be greater than or equal to 3, and also it should have a metaform, correct? It should have a metaform. Okay, so in orthophosphoric acid there is not much. I hope you all can get the structure. Now tell me, what is the basicity? Is it dibasic or tribasic? What is it? Draw the structure for H3PO3.
Sir, tribasic.
No, first of all, draw. You will have a P double bond oxygen and an OH
Okay.
bond. Okay,
Dibasic.
so dibasic, na? Did
Yes,
other guess?
sir.
Did other get this? Abir, Amalia, Mariam, Nazara, Sania. Draw the structure on your copy. You know how to draw it, na? First of all, you make this entity. Then on the remaining part, you prefer first OH. If you see OH can be added, you add an OH. Otherwise, you add a double bond O. Or if there is only hydrogen, you add a single bond hydrogen. Okay. So this is the reference order. I should speak this in the same level, because if you have double bond oxygen, then you will put oxygen, or if you have hydrogen, you will put hydrogen. Yes. What is the basicity, Mariam, for H3PO3? Mariam didn't get it, I guess. Mariam, did you get the structure? Am I not audible or what? Okay, she's sending. So she got the structure. Okay, fine.
Sir, you are audible.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping that she would turn on her mic, but she sent me as that. Okay. So this is the structure, right? I hope all of you have got it right. So this is dibasic. This is dibasic. Okay. Next is pyrophosphoric acid. Okay. There is nothing much. Okay. Now pyro again. Yes.
Dibasic because it has two OH bond.
Yeah, correct. This has two OH groups. That is why
Okay.
it is dibasic. Okay. Now this
Okay,
hydrogen, this hydrogen is for the reducing nature. We will study the reducing nature in the remarks. Now the next one, that is fourth, pyro. Okay. Let us see pyrophosphoric acid first. Phosphoric acid. Pyrophosphoric acid. Okay. Pyroform was also known as what? Pyroform is also known as diacid. Okay. Diacid. But we will see that for pyro conditions. Let us see for pyro. Number of hydrogen should be greater than or equal to 2. Okay. Number of hydrogen should be greater than or equal to 2. Now prefix pyro, when do we add this prefix? Obtained by removal of now remember this important line, removal of H2O from 1 H2O. Okay. How many? 1 H2O from 2 molecules of parent acid. Okay. From 2 molecules of parent acid. Now you just remember this 1 H2O from 2 molecules of parent acid. What is the parent acid for phosphoric pyrophosphoric acid? This phosphoric acid is the parent. What is phosphoric acid? 2H3
H3PO.
H3PO4. Okay, we have taken 2 molecules of it, and we will remove 1 water molecule.
1H2.
Okay, so the remaining will be what? H4 P2
P2.
O7. O7, na?
Yes, sir.
O7. Because see, there are 8 oxygen here, 6 hydrogen. So 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen has left. So that is why H4P2O7. And how you will draw this structure? See, this is what? This is odd number of oxygen, right? Odd number of oxygen. That means we will draw a structure AOA bond. Okay, AOA bond is there. If AOA bond is there, that means you will draw P single bond oxygen, single bond phosphorus. Now you will draw double bond oxygen here, OH, OH, a double bond oxygen here, OH and OH. Okay. Now what is the basicity? What is the basicity?
Here it
Guys,
is 2, 4.
yeah, it is tetra basic.
Yes, sir.
This is tetra basic. Tetra basic. Okay, these things are easy. Just you have to remember these words. Pyro means one H2O molecule from 2 molecules of parent. Okay, what is meta, Abir? What is meta? When is meta used?
Sir, by
What will you
removal of one H2O molecule from
from?
parent.
From yeah, from one molecule of parent acid. Okay, from
Yes.
parent acid. Okay. Okay, I hope you have guys copied this down now. The previous line.
Yes, sir.
Sir, this is completed sentence. It should have a metaphor.
What?
Says this sentence completed, it should have a metaphor.
It should have
Yeah.
a metaform. Yeah, it is complete. Like
Okay.
this H3PO3 can have a metaform, no? That means you can
Yes, sir.
remove a water molecule from here. Also, this is the, I mean, we have seen this sentence previously also in orthophosphoric acid. Okay, write this one now. Let me know when you are done. These are small slides, okay? So you don't need to raise your hand. Just tell me when you are done.
Yes, sir. Done.
What about others? Mariam, Nazira, Amalya, Abir.
Sir, writing.
Done, everyone?
No, sir, writing.
Achha. Now always remember, whenever you have odd number of oxygen, now there are two conditions. The first thing is that if you have sulfur, then you will not have the oxy acids of sulfur that we will see in the next group. You will not have AOA bond. We will have different type of bond. And there is also one nitrogen atom, right? What was the nitrogen atom? In which we have the odd number of oxygen, but the bond is not AOA. Yes, guys. Oxide of nitrogen, now. In oxide of nitrogen, in oxides of nitrogen, see, whenever you have odd number of oxygen, then you have AOA bonds.
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
Like that. Okay. Now the exceptions are what? One of them, we have learned one of them in nitrogen. One of the oxide of nitrogen. Don't remember. N2O3. Okay, N2O3 does not have AOA bond. It has what type of structure it has? It has double bond O, nitrogen, single bond nitrogen, double bond O here, and a dative bond or a covalent coordinate bond here. Okay, so this is this N2O3, and we will run some sulfuric oxy acids of sulfur which do not show AOA bond. Okay, so I hope everyone has written this down. Yes, guys, done everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are done with pyro also now. For pyrophosphorus acid now. This was what? This was pyrophosphoric acid. So also pyrophosphoric. Now we will see pyrophosphorus acid. Now draw the structures for pyrophosphoric acid, all of you. What number is this? Fifth. Pyrophosphorus acid.
So we have to draw
What will be the formula? Send me in the chat the formula for pyrophosphorus acid. You will start from here, 2H3PO3. And you will remove one H2O molecule from this parent acid. I want an answer from everyone. What will be the formula for pyrophosphorus? What? Ahmed? I'm asking. Okay. No. There will be one more oxygen now. Amalya. No. C or oxygen. C or oxygens. Yes, Abir is right. That is correct, Abir. Ahmed, yeah, now it is correct. Amalia, oxygen is not right. Nazira, what about you? Send the answer in chat. Abir and Ahmed, very good. You have done it right. Mariam also, I'm not receiving any answer. Mariam, are you eating or something? Nazira, yes, correct, Nazira. Very good. Very good. Yes, Amalia, you have not tried once more. Yes, correct, Amalia. You have got it now correct. Very good. Now, Sania and Mariam. Is Mariam here? Sania and Mariam, waiting for you guys. See, we have how many oxygens? We have 6 oxygens. So you have, sorry. Is there a metaphosphorus acid? Yeah, there can be a metaphosphorus acid, na? It is not in your syllabus, but there can be a metaphosphorus acid. Okay. Okay. Now, when you remove an H2O, yes, Mariam, it is correct. Okay, so here we have 6 hydrogen atoms. We remove 2 hydrogen atoms. H will be how much? H4. Now, phosphorus, we are not removing any. So this will be P2. And oxygen, we are having 6 oxygen and we are removing 1 oxygen from here. So this will be O5. Correct?
Sir, is it necessary for us to have a double bond? Oh,
Yeah, it is necessary. Exactly, it is necessary. I have told you in the here also, na? The
yes,
structure,
yes, yeah.
how to make structures. I have told you that these two should be present, and after that only you can make a. After that only you can make. Yeah, now it is correct. So let us see the structure. How will be the structure? Again, we have what? Odd number of oxygen atoms. So all of you can draw the structure by your own also. So P bond will be there, and there will be a double bond here, O, double bond oxygen here also, and OH here, and a OH here with phosphorus. Now what remains? Only one hydrogen, right? Oxygens are done. So there we have hydrogen, and here we have hydrogen. So it is what? Dibasic.
Dibasic.
Is what? It is dibasic. Okay, there is one thing regarding the orthophosphorus acid. Please write it. Orthophosphorus acid. It is also known as phosphonic acid. Also, the name is phosphonic acid. Okay, phosphonic. Here it is O. Okay, phosphonic acid. Because there is one more acid which is phosphenic acid, and that phosphenic acid has it is the hypo form. So let us learn the hypo forms, both the hypo forms now. Sixth is your hypophosphoric acid.
So can you show previous slide?
Okay, okay, okay. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Now here you have hypophosphoric acid. Okay, hypophosphoric acid. Now this is what phosphoric acid series, na? From phosphoric acid series. Now you have to remember whenever you get hypo, then you have to see what series it is. So in the IC series, in IC acids, in IC acid form, hypo is obtained by removal of one oxygen from the pyroform. One oxygen from the pyroform. Okay. Now, what is the how do we get a pyroform?
Subtracting one
We have just done now
H2O from
two
parent.
molecules. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So first of all, we will write the parent. The parent is phosphoric, so it is H3PO4.
PO4.
This is what? This is your parent. Now further, take two molecules,
2H2
remove an
minus
H2.
H2O.
Okay, so this will be what? H4P2O7. Now from this is your pyroform. Now from the pyroform, you remove what? One oxygen. Okay, you remove one oxygen atom. Now if you remove one oxygen atom, it will be what? H4P2 and O6. Okay, now this is what? This is hypo. This is the parent. This is the pyroform. Remove an oxygen, you will get the hypoform. Okay, so always remember these. So you are learning how many? You are learning all the three here: the parent, the pyro, and the hypo. The only one that remains now is the metaform here. Okay, so if you remember the hypophosphoric acid, it will be enough for you for the pyro also and the parent also. You will remember. Okay. Now, how to draw the structure? Here we have what? O is 6. It is what? It is even. So phosphorus and PP bond. It will be double bond O. There will be a double bond over here, and OH here, and also a OH here. Now we have one more OH. Now we can add one more OH.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is how much? The basicity is tetra basic. Basicity is tetra basic. Okay, Nazira, Sanya, everyone clear? This is easy now. This is the most important because in this you get an idea about all the different acids from parent, pyro, and hypo. The only one that remains is what? Is the metaform. Okay.
So this is
Let me know.
IC.
Yeah, this is IC. In the ic acid, phosphoric, na? This ic. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. But the definition will be different for the us acid form. OUS. Are you guys done? Let me know when you are done.
Yes, sir.
Abir, Sania, Mariam.
Sir,
Sania
done.
is also done. Nazira is also done. Yes, Mariam, Amalya. Okay, everyone is done, I guess. Amalya, are you done? So Amalya is writing. Okay, okay. It is good if you raise your hand. Yes, sir, no, sir is not a good business. Okay, Amalya is done now. Next is hypophosphorus acid. Hypophosphorus acid. This hypophosphorus acid is also known as phosphenic acid, okay? AKA also known as phosphenic acid. Now what happens? This in the us acid form, in the OUS, okay, that means phosphorus. In the us acid form, hypo is obtained.
Sir, but it has
Huh?
IC in other name, right?
Yeah, it is. But this is us now.
Yeah, that is us.
That is why. This us acid, no? It is us acid. So in us acid, the hypo is obtained by removal of one oxygen from parent acid. From parent acid. Okay, so the parent acid here is H3PO3, and you remove one oxygen, just one oxygen you remove, you got H3PO2. H3PO2, correct? This is what this is parent, and this is hypo. This parent, this is hypo. The structure will be, tell me the basicity. Write the structure, tell me the basicity in the chat, everyone. What will be the basicity? Yes, Ahmed, correct. Write this down. Let me know the basicity. Draw the structure. The number of OH bond is equal to the basicity of the acid. Okay, no one is telling me the basicity. Abir, Mariam, Nazira, Amalia, Sania, anyone? Amalia, draw the basic structure first. At phosphorus, there should be a double bond O. Yes, Nazira, that is correct. Very good. Draw the basic structure for any oxy acid of phosphorus. You will have one double bond and one OH in each of the case. Now after that, you can fill out you can draw the structure. You can draw the rest of the structure from formula. So this is your phosphorus, double bond O and OH. See, Amalia, this is standard. This should be present. Now we have how many hydrogens here? See, the oxygens are completed now. We have 2 hydrogens left. So there will be 1 hydrogen here, and there will be 1 hydrogen here. Okay, there are how many hydrogens now? 2 hydrogens. So this will be what? Monobasic. This will be monobasic. Okay, so raise your hand if you are done. Amalia, did you get it now? Yes, Abhi, correct. Very good. Okay. Sania, Ahmed, Amalia.
So is there any formula where we have O as extra, like we get 2 double bond O?
It is over now. Your phosphoric, the oxy acids of phosphorus are done. Mariam, are you done or are you writing? Yes, Mariam. Done. Okay. Now we need some remarks regarding the phosphoric oxy acids of phosphorus. Okay, so write remarks. Remarks. Now these remarks are important. Here you will get here you can get some assertion reason type of questions. Okay, assertion reason type of questions. The first remark is that number 1 is H3PO2 is, or rather I should say, exhibits reducing nature. Okay, reducing nature. Now this can be asked in 2 ways. Okay, H3PO2 exhibits reducing nature. They can either ask explain by structure. They can ask explain by structure, or either they can ask explain by reaction. Explain by reaction. The structure is easy. So whenever you see a hydrogen, a lone hydrogen, I mean a hydrogen which is not attached with oxygen, that means it will, now due to this hydrogen, the acid will show a reducing character. Okay, due to this hydrogen here. Why? Because reduction means what? It can be either
Addition
removal of
oxygen.
removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen, or it
So
can
that
be
is reduction, right?
reduction, na? Removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen, or acceptance of electron. Na?
Electron.
We accept electron, that is also reduction. Okay, so these things are reduction. So that means any reducing agent will give you hydrogens, right? It will give you hydrogens, and this hydrogen will be not in H plus state, mind you. This will not be in H plus state, okay? This will be in H minus state. Okay, this will be in H minus state. Okay, mind you that. So here we have two. By structure, it is very easy. By structure, it is very easy. You can just show that the structure is P double bond O. Here you have OH, and there are two hydrogen atoms. And then you can write it has two pH bonds. It has two pH bonds, which imparts, that means which gives the acid, imparts means give, which imparts reducing character. Reducing character to S3PO2. Reducing character to S3PO2. Now you have, from what we will deal with the reaction. What kind of reaction do we have? The reaction that you have here is S3PO2 reacts with AgNO3. H3PO2 reacts with AgNO3. Okay. Now it gives what? It gives you H3PO4 plus Ag. Okay. As you can see, Ag here is what? NO3 is negative. NO3 is 1 negative. So Ag here is plus 1. Now it is getting reduced to what? It is getting reduced to 0. Correct? Now the one thing that it gives here is HNO3. Okay, HNO3. So here you have plus 1 state, here we have 0 state. So you can write a statement also with this reaction. S3PO2 reduces silver, that is AgNO3, to silver metal. Okay, this one statement you can write. Now tell me, can you remember this? Yes, can you remember this? Just remember the statement, okay? At least remember this statement. This statement is easy. Even if you don't remember the reaction, if you write the statement, it will be fine. Now, the important thing is that you will have what? MCQs. So you can identify at least, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
can identify this, na? If you cannot remember, you can at least identify this. Okay. So this can come in assertion reason, na? This can come in assertion reason. Now tell me the balancing part. You have to do here iski topi uske sir, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah. What is less here? Here we have hydrogen, 3 hydrogens here, and here we have 4 hydrogens. So hydrogens are less here. Okay. So if hydrogens are less here, now see, if you see hydrogens are less here, that means at this part you have to somewhere add water or something. Okay. If hydrogens are less here, but let's see. What is phosphoric? What is the oxidation state here of H3PO2? What is the oxidation state here? Phosphorus oxidation state, macha, X plus 3
Plus
minus 4 is equal to 0. X is equal to
1.
plus 1. Correct? Here
Yes.
it is plus 1, and here it is plus 5.
Yes, sir.
Right? So the change is how much? The change is of the n factor is how much? The n
4.
factor of here is equal to 4. And what is the n factor here? N factor here will, for Ag it will be how much? 1. Now, iski topi, uske sir, his cap, their head, his cap on their head. Now you will add here 4, you will add here 1. Okay, this may seem very unreasonable kind of thing, but start doing this and you will be, you will not get stuck on those reactions. Now what is remaining? Now it is done. What is remaining here? Hydrogens now? Hydrogen is remaining or not? Tell me.
Yes,
4
sir.
AgNO3, 1 H3PO2. Now, so here we will write 4 Ag, correct? And here phosphorus is 1. So phosphorus, here it will be 1 only. Now tell me, how much hydrogens do I have to add? How many H2O molecules?
1.
How many?
So 1.
1? How 1? See, here how many nitrogens are there? 4 nitrogens, no?
Yes, sir.
So 4 here also, now tell me.
2 H2O molecule.
2 H2O molecules. Now see, it will be balanced. So see this skitopy uske sir, is head there gap. It will help you in what? It will help you in the traction of balancing. It will get you in track. Okay. You won't have to do hit and trial method. Complete the slide. Let me know when you are done by raising your hand. This question is there in your NCERT. Okay. See, there is this question in NCERT, and they have explained it by this structure. But just before the question, they have explained it by this reaction also. So that is why you have to know both of them.
Yes, sir.
Done? Raise your hand if you are done fast. Okay, Ahmed, Sania is done. Waiting for Abir, Amalya, Mariam, Nazira. Now you will learn many reactions now. Now you will learn about the effect of heat on oxy acid. Okay. Now just see how easy this topic is. The effect of heat on oxy acid. Okay, everyone is done. So let us move on. Okay. Now please keep your pen aside. Okay, and start listening. Effect of heat on oxy acid. This is the second remark. Effect of heat on oxy acids. Okay, so this will cover the whole oxy acid, not only the group 15 elements. Okay, now heat of oxy acid, I am teaching everything here. That is, it will also contain from the boric acid till chloric acid. Okay, so from boron to your Cl, group number 13 to 17, it will be covered the effect of heat on oxy acids. Now, in effect of heat of oxy acid, there are two cases. The one case is, the first case is the case of ic acid. Okay, what is the case? In the case of ic acid, at the end you will have ic, and it will have the central atom with maximum oxidation state. Okay, the central atom will have the maximum oxidation state. The only thing that you have to do here is to remove a water molecule. The only thing what you will do, if you heat any oxy acid which is having the suffix ic, that is IC, you will remove H2O and write the remaining portion okay. So let us start. For example, sulfuric acid, H2SO4. You heat this. Okay, now what you will get? You will get a H2O molecule plus what will you get? You will get SO3. Easy. Second, for example, you have H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. You heat this, you remove H2O. What you will get? You will get a carbon dioxide molecule. Correct?
Yes.
Third case is, let us see, HNO3. HNO3, okay? HNO3 you remove. See H2O. If you remove H2O molecule, that means you have to multiply 2 here because H2 has how many? Okay, H2 has 2 hydrogens, so 2 is multiplied here. Now what is remaining?
N2O5.
Yes, very good. N2O5. Now the fourth case is. Now I need answer from everyone for this one. HClO4. Heat this. Okay, send the answers in chat. Did you get Mariam, Amalia,
Yes,
Abir,
sir.
Tanya?
Yes, sir.
Did you all get it now? Okay. See, H2O will be removed obviously. So for H2 you have to multiply here 2 first. Okay. Now tell me the remaining. आपको कोई याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है ना. See, if you remember the concept, the things become very easy. See, 4 reactions, but the concept is what? Only remove H2O. You have to remember these 2 lines. In ake acid, remove H2O. In ake acid, remove H2O. That's it. Okay, Ahmed, that is correct. Yeah, it is correct. I'm waiting for others. You will get only one product here, okay? One byproduct you will get. Yes, Abir, correct. Mariam, Amalia, Sania, Nazira. Oh, no. How, Amalia? You have removed the hydrogen already, so there is no hydrogen. Correct. Yes, Nazira, very good. Correct. See, these things are very easy, okay? You just have to see. You have removed 2 hydrogen atoms. See how many hydrogens are there? There are 2 hydrogens. There are 2 Cl. Fluorine is also 2 and oxygens are 8. So from 8 oxygens, you are removing 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogens. So you will get all hydrogens are removed, that is why Cl2. And from 8 oxygens, you are removing 1 oxygen. So you will get Cl2O7. Easy. Now fifth one. Okay. We have H3PO4. Okay. Wait a second. H3PO4. If you heat it, okay, if you heat this molecule, it will give you a product, and after if you heat it, then it will give you another product. Then on consecutive heating, you will get another product. Okay. See, so the first product that you get here is H4 P2O7. The next product that you get here is HPO3, and the last product that you get here is P2O5. Okay. See, just write this statement. Okay, guys, you just need to what? You just need to write this statement. But what you will remember is, don't need to worry. You just remove a H2O molecule from here. You remove one H2O molecule. What you will get? You will get H2O plus HPO3. Okay, you will get H2O plus HPO3. Okay, so just write this in your notebook and also write this one also. Write this also. Okay, similar is the case for what? Boric acid and also your acids of silicon. H3BO3. When you heat this, then in the next stage, you will get H2B4O7. Okay, and when you next heat it, you will get B2O3. Now, as you can see, there is one thing that you can remember is number of hydrogen per central atom. Number of hydrogen per central atom. See, here the number of hydrogen per central atom was how much? It was in the first case it was 3. In the next case it was 2. Okay, 4 divided by 2, that was equal to 2. Now in the next case it was 1, and the fourth case it was 0. Now you can see that there is a Meaning due to removal of water, the number of hydrogen molecules per central atom is decreasing. Similarly, see here, in the first case it was 3. Now in the second case, it was how much? It was 1. Now in the third case, it was half. And in the fourth case, it was 0. See, in the boric acid case also, it is decreasing. In the boric acid case, it is also decreasing. Now I'm giving you the oxy acid of silicon, and I'm giving you the options, okay? So here you have H4SiO4. You heat this, okay? You will get a product here. Then you again heat this. You will get here a product, and you again heat it, and you will get here SiO2. Okay, SiO2 at the end. So I'm giving you options. Okay, so the first option is H2, SiO3, and the second option is H6, Si2O7. Okay, so this is here it is A and it is B, and this is 1, this is 2. You have to match it. You have to match it. Okay, so what you will see here is see, number of hydrogen per central atom should decrease. Consequently, okay, subsequently, what should happen? The number of hydrogen per central atom. So what you will do? You will take the number of hydrogen atom, whatever the number of hydrogen atom is there, and take the number of central atoms. You divide it, whatever number you get, just keep that in mind. See the next one. In that, it should decrease. For example, here, what is the number of hydrogen atom? Ahmed, in H3PO4, what is the number of hydrogen atoms?
H3.
3. What is the number of the central atom? Number of central atom is 1. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So it is equal to how much? It is equal to 3. In the next case, it is 4 by 2. It is equal to 2. Next case, it is 1 by 1. It is equal to 1. In the next case, it is 0 by 2. It is equal to 0. Okay, so as you can see, it is decreasing. Now from this concept, you will choose 1 and 2. Which one will be for A and which will be for B? Write in chat. It is very simple. You just have to count the number of hydrogen atom and the number of central atom, divide it, then compare both of them.
2 will be for A and 1 will be for B.
Yeah, because this is having how many? See, number of hydrogen atom divided by central atom is equal to 2, and here it is equal to 3. Okay, so if it is 3, it should come earlier. So here we will write H6, Si2, O7, and for B we can write H2, SiO3. Okay, so now write this down, raise your hand when you are done. See, if you are having confusions or you think it is difficult to learn, then don't worry about these 3 cases. Okay, these 3 cases. Remember this reaction. Remember this reaction. Most of the people, they will just go with this reaction. Okay, so don't worry.
Sir, in the 7th reaction, it is not matching.
What is not matching?
From H6Si2O7, how we got H2Si and O3?
I am not
We are
saying how.
removing 2 water molecule from here.
No. How? See. You take this. Okay. So H6 Si2 O7. Okay, and here it is how much? This is H2 now. So see here, there are only 1 silicon atom. So per central atom you have to see now. Per central atom. If you multiply 2 here, now silicon will be twice. Now hydrogen is how much? Hydrogen is 4. Per central atom it should be. Got it? Per
Yes.
central atom. But the reaction is not balanced. That is why you are worrying. But don't worry. Only 1 hydrogen, 1 H2A molecule we are removing. Okay, in all of the cases.
Okay, sir.
Now here too you will say, sir, it is increasing. How it is increasing? But per central atom you have to see. Raise your hand when you're done. See, now when you are revising, you won't revise all the reactions, right? You'll just remember this and remember this. And what next thing that you will do is you will cover all this region. You'll cover the whole region from here with your notebook, and then you will try yourself writing the products. Okay, reading the reactions, you can never learn reaction if you read them. Okay, you can only learn by either writing them or either by recalling them. Okay, either by writing, but always remember this concept. Okay, first read the concept, then apply it. Read the concept, then apply it. If you will apply it, then that will help you in remembering the concept also. The only thing is, first of all, read the concept, then apply it by covering these products. Now, here we have done with the maximum oxidation state. The next we will do with intermediate oxidation state. Okay. See, 7 reactions, 1 concept. 7 reactions, how many concepts? 1 concept. Raise your hands when you're done. It's already 6:13.
Sir,
Yes.
H2SiO3 will go under heat, right? To form SiO2.
Under?
Heat. Like we will have to heat it, right?
Yes, everything we have to read. But yeah.
You did not draw the triangle.
हाँ,
Yeah. So all are done.
Everyone is done? Okay. Next, we will learn about intermediate oxidation state. Okay. Now, case 2. Perfect. Okay. Now, case 1 is done. Case 2 is intermediate. That's the right oxy acids of. Okay. Oxy acids of intermediate oxidation states. Okay. Intermediate oxidation state. Now, here you have to learn only one reaction. What is that reaction? You write oxy acid of intermediate oxidation state. That means any oxidation state which is less than maximum. Any oxidation state which is less than maximum. When you heat it, you will form an oxy acid of just above oxidation state, that means one oxidation state higher than the oxy acid, and that is the intermediate oxidation state. Okay, whatever you are heating, you will make an oxy acid that will have oxidation state which is just above it and a lower oxidation state product. Okay, now this is getting decomposed. This is getting decomposed, and also you will see that it is getting this is a disproportionation reaction. Okay, disproportionation reaction. Why? Because it is having, for example, an oxidation state of +3. So now this one will have an oxidation state of +4, and this will have an oxidation of some lower oxidation state. So the central atom will undergo reduction and oxidation simultaneously. That is why it is disproportionation reaction. So number one, your NCERT, this has been asked, H3PO3. Now when you heat this, you will make an oxy acid of just above oxidation state. So this is oxygen is 3, so just write here H3PO4 plus PH3 plus PH3. So here what is the oxidation state here? Here it is +3. What is the oxidation state here? 8 minus 3 is +5. Okay. What is the oxidation state here? This -3. Okay, so one oxidation state higher and one below, one higher and one below. Okay, see here we did not get +4 because there is no +4 and there is no oxy acid of phosphorus with +4. Okay, that is why we get H3O, H3PO4. Now next thing, second, H3PO2. What will happen if you heat this? What will happen if you heat this? You will again get H3PO4 plus PH3. Okay, H3PO4 plus 3. Third case, HClO2. You heat this, what will you get? You will get HClO3 plus HCl. Now you heat HClO3. The product that you will get here is HClO4 plus HCl. Okay, fifth, HNO2. And this is important, HNO2. I will give you a trick to remember this also. HNO3, sorry, not HNO3. HNO3 will be the maximum, no? So HNO2, that is intermediate. You heat this, the product you will get HNO3 because it is of higher oxidation state, plus you will get NO. You will get NO. Okay, you will get NO. Sixth is, what else acid do we have? For carbon, we can have H2C2O4. And if you heat this, you will get H2CO3 plus CO. Next, 8th one, that is last, H2SO3. This is 7th. Now when you heat this, you will get H2SO4 plus sulfur. H2SO4 plus sulfur. Okay. Now as you can see here, this for phosphorus you are always getting how much? Your phosphorus you are getting -3. For chlorine you are getting -1 here and -1 here. Now for nitrogen, how much you are getting? Nitrogen you are getting -2. For carbon you are getting the oxidation state is -2. For sulfur it is 0. Now how you can remember this? Remember this statement. 3 pulleys in one car. 3 pulleys in one car. 2 NC. What is NC? Nightclubs with 0 shows. Okay, 3 plus 3 oxidation state of phosphorus. One car, that means, sorry, not +3, -3. Everyone will be -3. -3 for phosphorus, -1 for chlorine, and 2 NC. That means -2 for nitrogen and carbon. And that will be 0 oxidation state for sulfur. Okay, 2 for nitrogen, -2 for nitrogen.
NC over there.
Nightclubs. 2 NC with 0 shows. If it doesn't make sense, make your own. It made sense to me when I was in 12th standard, so I made this. If it doesn't make sense, make your own. For this, you have to spend time. Okay. See, this is you know what are these? You know, when two people are very good friends, they have inside jokes, right? So this is the inside joke with me and chemistry. So you get to have inside jokes. No one knows. Nobody knows what three police were in one car, two, and see if somebody will see my copy from 12th standard, they will say, I don't know what this guy is learning. Is he learning chemistry or what is he learning? But me and chemistry, and me and my chemistry knows what does this mean. Okay, so you have to spend time. These are inside jokes. Three police in one car, two NC with zero shoes. So whenever a teacher gives you a trick, and that trick, I mean a personal trick, then he's sharing an inside joke with his subject. Okay. So respect that. Don't tell anyone this thing. Don't tell anyone. Three police in one car, two nightclubs with zero source. Okay, are you guys done? Raise your hand when you are done, okay? Raise your hand when you are done. Waiting for Abir and Amalya. We're just waiting for Abir now. Okay, Abir. Now the remarks portion is completed. We have to learn a few important compounds of group 15, their method of preparation, and few remarks and few properties of them, and some uses. We will learn three things. We will learn some important compounds, and for each important compound, we will learn its method of preparations. Okay, and then we will learn the properties, and then we will learn some uses. So the first, some important compounds of group 15. Next topic is some important compounds of group 15. The first important compound that you have to learn is dinitrogen. What is the formula for dinitrogen, Abir? What will be the formula for dinitrogen?
Sir, N2.
Yes, very good, N2. Okay, dinitrogen is N2. The first thing that we will learn about it is the method of preparation. Okay, if you want to learn the structure, it is N, triple bond N, and it has lone pairs. Okay, and okay, for properties we will learn in properties what is the consequence of this type of structure and triple bond. But next A part is method of preparation, MOP, method of preparation. In method of preparation you have to learn a lab method. Okay, so what is the difference in lab method and in industrial methods? So in lab method, see, lab method, the main thing is money. So in lab method, what happens? It can be slightly expensive. Okay, it can be slightly expensive, but it should be easy and not require complicated equipments. Okay, so in lab method, what you will have, it can be slightly expensive. I mean, we are not going to sell it, right? But for industrial purposes, for industry, you have, it should be the only thing is that it should be economical.
More in quantity.
That means you have to gain some profits if you are producing any chemical. If you are producing any chemicals, in lab method it can be expensive, but the only thing is that if it is cheap and it is lab method, then it is well and good. But it should be easy and not require complicated equipment. This is the main condition for lab methods. Okay, so most of the time you will see what is the lab method, what is the industry method. So this is the difference between lab method and the industry method. See, for lab method, it is very easy. It's prepared by treating NH4Cl with NaNO2. Okay, NH4Cl with NaNO2. How? You will have NH4Cl plus NaNO2. See, these reactions are very easy. Okay, displacement, double displacement. Chlorine will go to sodium, nitrogen will go, this NO2 will go to the ammonium ion, NH4, NO2 plus what we will have? We will have NaCl. Now further what we will do, we will heat this. Now do you remember, I have taught you now? I have taught you this reaction, correct? Heating of ammonia salt, heating of ammonium salt, NH4 salt. If you heat this, what you will get? I have told you that nitrogen and water are the majority of the times you will get nitrogen and water. So what you will get? You will get 2H2O because there are 4 hydrogens plus what is remaining here? It is nitrogen, right? So nitrogen gas is prepared in this way. Okay, see, it is easy. This is so, but in your exam, what you will do now? You will directly write this. Okay, you will directly write this. But this is the procedure how it happens. First, it gets a disproportionation reaction. Then, when you heat it, you get 2H2 plus nitrogen gas. Complete the slide. Raise your hand when you are done. Okay, only Ahmed is done. What about others? Abir, Amalia, Mariam, Nazira? Raise your hand if you are done. And guys, keep be waiting for me only. सर जब बोलेंगे अभी आराम कर लेते हैं, सर बोलेंगे तो फिर आई विल रेज द हैंड। Everyone is done. Camalia, just waiting for you. Raise your hand when you are done. Camalia is also done. There is one more reaction in the lab that you can prepare it. You can ammonium dichromate. You can heat ammonium dichromate and see again ammonium salt. Now see again. The second method is in the lab only. Okay, this can be prepared. Lab method. The next one is by heating of ammonium dichromate. Ammonium dichromate. Okay, so ammonium dichromate has the formula NH4 whole twice and Cr2O7. Now, see that the products will be nitrogen plus H2O. Okay, don't worry about the balancing now. All of you give me the rest of the product. There will be one. There is one more product that will be formed. First, you need to balance this. Okay, so for how many hydrogens you see here? First of all, you have to put a number here, and then only you can get the product. How many H2 will be formed?
4 H2O.
Yes, 4 H2O. Now write the product here in the chat, please. Whatever is remaining, please write it here. We have removed the nitrogen, we have removed the 8 hydrogens, and we have removed 4 oxygens. So whatever is remaining, that is, there are some chromiums will be left and
Yeah,
some
no.
oxygens will be there. Yeah, ha. Write in chat. Yes, Ahmed, correct. Waiting for others. Nazira, Mariam, Abir. Yes, Abir, correct. Very good. See, inorganic chemistry is very easy. You will have people who will be crying for p block elements. Okay, they will be thinking like p block element is so tough. कितना याद करना पड़ता है यार कि क्या बताएं हम. You will say just keep it with yourself. Okay, Nazira, you have messed up with the oxygens. See how many oxygens we have removed. See the number of oxygens we have removed. See the stoichiometry and the number of hydrogens. You will get it right if you see the number of hydrogens here and number of oxygens. Sorry, you have messed with the number of oxygens. If I said it oxygen, yeah, number of oxygens you have messed, Nazira. Correct your number of oxygens. Now it is correct. Very good. See, these things are very easy. I have already told you that if you have ammonium salt, then you will get nitrogen and water. And whatever is remaining, you will write that product. So nitrogen and water you got, whatever is remaining. What is remaining now? We have removed all the 8 hydrogens. So, okay. So there are only Cr2 is left. And from the oxygens, we have removed 4 oxygens. So out of 7, 3 is remaining. That is it. That is it. That is it. Okay. Now there is one more thing that you can write here, that it is green in color. Okay, this is green in color. Now if this is green in color, they may ask you an ABC type of question. There is a compound A which on heating gives nitrogen and water and a green colored compound. Write the reaction. I mean, basically you would have to identify the reaction if it is MCQ. Okay. Now next you will write to obtain pure nitrogen. To obtain.
Yes, sir, this is also lab method.
Tell me what?
This is also lab method.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. See these methods are, see, whenever you heat ammonium dichromate, so there are some quantities ammonium salt. Whenever you will heat, you will get some kind of NO. Okay, you will get some quantity of NO that we don't write in this reaction, but very little amount of NO is made. That is why this nitrogen, it is polluted. Okay, and it is not pure. So to obtain pure nitrogen, gas, thermal decomposition. thermal decomposition of sodium or barium azide is done. Now, this is very important, that is azide ion. Azide ion, you will get it in organic chemistry in the aldehyde and carboxylic acid and ketones group. That chapter you will get this azide, and also in the you will get this azide in amines also in chapters, that is organic compounds containing nitrogen. In amines chapter you will see this azide. So what is this azide? Azide has a structure of nitrogen, double bond nitrogen, double bond nitrogen. Now, since this nitrogen has how many bonds? It has 4 bonds. That is why it will be a positively charged. This nitrogen has only 2 bonds. That is why it will be negative charge. This will be also having a negative charge. So the formula is N3 negative. Why N3 negative? This plus this minus cancels out, and there is only one net negative charge. So the formula is what? N3 negative. But the structure is like this, and it has how many negative charge? 2 negative and 1 positive charges. Okay. So this is Sp. What is it? This is Sp2, na? What is this? This is Sp and this is Sp2. Why? See, here you have one bond and there are 2 lone pair here. That is why negative charge. 2 lone pair atoms. This is Sp, this is Sp, this is Sp2. Now, when you have sodium azide, you will have, see, one negative charge. That is why Na, N3 negative. So Na, N3. So when you heat Na, N3, you will get 3 N2, just twice this, plus 2 Na. Now, if you have barium, barium is of which group? Barium of is which group? क्लास 12th में आ गए हैं. बेरियम कौन से ग्रुप है? ऑल एवरीवन राइट इन चैट, बेरियम इज इन विच ग्रुप? इन द चैट प्लीज. बेरियम. नो वन, नो वन, बताइए. सी फॉर ग्रुप 1 you have to know this mnemonics na. The group 1 you have hydrogen, you don't want to remember hydrogen, you will just remember. Who said group 2? Sania?
Me, sir.
Yes, Mariam, correct. See, for group 1 how you will remember? Now everyone is saying group 2. Group 1 you have to Li, Nak, Rab, Kas. Okay, then group 2 it is Be, Mag, Ka, Sir, Bada. Okay, so this is barium here. Okay, so it is in group 2. Now, if it is in group 2, how many N3 minus we will need? So barium will have 2 positive charge, right? So it will need 2 azide ions. We'll have barium N3 twice. Now, if you heat this, how many nitrogen atoms? How many nitrogen gas you will get? 3N2 plus Ba. See, it is easy. This is Asan. This is Asan. Write this down. Did you complete the previous? Yeah, you have completed the previous slide. Raise your hand when you're done with this slide. Then we will look at some of the properties.
Yes, sir.
Okay, raise your hand if you are done. Everyone is done. Waiting for Abir now. Just Abir. Everyone is done. Why is Fatima not coming to class? Is she not? Is she absent in physics class also? Abir
Yes,
is
sir.
also done. Okay, do you have any idea why is she absent? Mariam, Nazira, anyone? Okay, no one has any idea. Please ask her then. If she's absent, you should ask her now. Okay, Mariam, you will ask her, okay? Good. Next, you will have to remember few properties of nitrogen. Properties of N2. Properties of N2. Okay. See, nitrogen, the properties of nitrogen, you can learn these things very easy. Let me get this. Okay, first property that you will remember is it is colorless, because if it had color, I mean our air would be colorful, because air is, the atmosphere is mostly composed of nitrogen, so it is colorless. It is also tasteless, otherwise people would be just licking air. Tasteless. And it is odorless. It is colorless, tasteless, odorless. Okay, it is color, but the compounds of amine, the,
So
comp-
what
the
does odorless mean?
odor means it doesn't have any smell, but the compounds of amine, they stench. I mean, they smell so bad that you cannot be present in them. And this, if you inhale the cyanide gas, you may even die. If you inhale the cyanide gas, you may even die. It is colorless, tasteless, odorless. But N2 is what? It is colorless, tasteless, and odorless. Also, it is non-toxic.
Sir,
Non-toxic. Yes.
the cyanide is made of nitrogen.
Aha. CN.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Colorless, tasteless, odorless, and it is non-toxic. Now, second point. There are two isotopes of nitrogen. Two isotopes. Now, what are the two isotopes? There is a nitrogen with two isotopes. One is 14N, that means whose mass is nitrogen 14, and the second one is 15N. That means its molar weight is 14 gram, its molar weight is 15 gram per mole. Okay, so there are two isotopes. Third, now dinitrogen is chemically inert at room temperature. Is chemically inert at room temperature. What does this mean chemically? Room temperature. What does this mean? It means that it won't give any chemical reactions at room temperature. It is. And now why it is chemically inert at room temperature? Due to very high bond dissociation energy. Due to very high bond dissociation energy. Due to very high bond dissociation energy of, now you can remember this very easily, N triple bond N. Okay, N triple bond N. Due to very high bond dissociation energy of N triple bond N. The fourth point is, although it reacts with reactive metals, on elevated temperature. Rather, at elevated temperature is better, but at elevated temperature. Elevated temperature means that you will have to provide some heat at elevated temperature. Now, what are those reactions? The first reaction is Li, that is lithium plus N2. This will give you heat. I mean, when you give this heat, it will form N3N. Okay, now what is this? This is nitride at elevated temperature to form ionic nitrides. Ionic nitrides. So you can use lithium, or you can use even Mg plus N2. Now Mg plus N2, it will be what?
Mg3 and
Mg3 and 2. Mg3 and 2,
and
because it has +2 oxidation state, that means it is 6. Nitrogen has -3 oxidation state, so you have to multiply by 2, so you will get -6 and +6 here. Okay. See, most of the things that you see here, these are what these chemical formulas we have learned in the periodic table, right? The periodic properties. This is chapter 3 of class 11. Chapter 3 of class 11. The bonding part, the bond dissociation energy, these things also we have learned where in the chapter 3. And the structure part we have learned in chemical bonding, that is chapter number 4. So this P block is just the application of chapter 3 and chapter 4. Okay, just the application of chapter 3 and chapter 4. We are applying it to the P block elements just to see the what type of reactions they are given. Okay. Now it forms nitride. Also one more reaction. N2 also react with H2 at 773 Kelvin. Okay, at 773 Kelvin in Haber process to form ammonia. To form ammonia. Okay, to form ammonia. What is ammonia? Ammonia is NH3.
so we
This
can write
reaction is
500 degrees Celsius.
bit properly. Please say it loudly. Whatever you are saying.
So can we write 500 degrees Celsius?
500 degrees Celsius? No, you cannot write 500 degrees Celsius. How many nitrogens are there?
2,
2. What is the atomic number of nitrogen?
14, 7,
So
7,
2 nitrogen. So
7.
7. Just add 770. You write. Then it will be fine. 3 you don't remember 3. Now can you remember 773? Or at least
So
770?
remembering isn't a problem. Like I'm more familiar with Celsius scale.
You're more familiar with Celsius scale.
Yeah.
No, but if you write 773, it gives a good notion that you know these things in Kelvin scale. Okay, you can write 500 degrees Celsius. I thought you are saying 500 Kelvin.
Yes. Okay.
773. Now this will be what? Nitrogen plus H2. This is a bit reversible reaction. Get NH3. Now to balance this, we have to multiply here 2 and we have to multiply here 3. There's one more reaction that it gives. N2 also reacts with oxygen, but only at very high temperatures. So this temperature is approximately equal to 2000 Kelvin. Okay, it is approximately equal to 2000 Kelvin. The reaction that it does is N2 plus O2. It gives 2NO. Okay, complete this slide. Let me know when you are done. Then we will learn about the uses. Okay, Amalia and Abir are done. Okay, Ahmed, Abir, Nazira is also done. Sonia is done. Waiting for Ahmed and Mariam. Are you guys done? Now let us write the uses. Okay, the uses. See, the first use is, as you can see, it is used in the preparation of ammonia. Okay, now this Haber's process you can watch. There is a very good movie on this scientist called Haber. You can watch that on YouTube. It is available on YouTube. I mean, he has a very ironic kind of life because he invented this. He invented this procedure to get ammonia. Now, this ammonia is used in crop production. Okay, as a fertilizer, and many cases ammonia is used as fertilizers, and also I guess ammonia is also used for as disinfectant and to keep away the insects. But the same guy, the same guy. I mean, he was so popular, and he was so. I mean, he was loved by the people. But then the same guy, he also was responsible for the gas used in concentration camps. Okay, he was also responsible for a very poisonous gas that is known as mustard gas. Now, this mustard gas, it was first used as a chemical weapon in the Second World War, and this guy, I mean, he had a very ironic kind of life. At one point, he was the founder of Haber's process, which gave us food, and I mean abundant food. But on the other hand, he was responsible for killing many people. So if you have time, watch the movie of Haber. It is by the name of Haber only, I guess. Okay, uses. The first uses, it is used in preparation of. It is by the name of Haber, I guess. Haber and movie, if you search on YouTube, you will get this movie. Now, the first use is in preparation of. The preparation of ammonia. Second use is that in preparation of industrial compounds containing nitrogen. Okay. Third case is, see, since nitrogen is inert now, so there are a few reactions which cannot be done in the presence of oxygen. Oxygen is, in comparison to nitrogen, it is reactive. Okay, so our atmosphere has oxygen also and nitrogen also, but we have to keep some kind of inert environment in this iron and steel industry. So to provide an inert atmosphere, in iron and steel industry. Okay. The fourth is that liquid nitrogen is used as refrigerant to preserve food items and also biological cells. Okay. By the way, that Pfizer medicine, it has to be kept in under 72 degrees Celsius, na? Minus 72 degrees Celsius. Vaccine of Pfizer.
I don't know about
Don't know about that. I guess Mariam knows. Not sure. Yeah, I guess they also use for minus 72 degrees Celsius is the patent temperature for liquid nitrogen. Okay, so nitrogen is also used there. I've seen conservation temperature and use 92 degrees. I guess that vaccine also needs N2. Okay, it is packed with dry ice. It is packed with dry ice. Dry ice. That is what dry ice is. What is dry ice? What is the compound, Ray? Dry ice. Dry ice is it is
it's a
solid
minus
CO2.
25, minus 15 to minus 25 degrees Celsius.
So minus 72 degrees Celsius, we have we have done reactions in minus 72 degrees Celsius, and for minus 72 degrees Celsius, we have to have a nitrogen water bath. We say that CO2, correct, in biological cells and in cryosurgery. In some surgeries, we have to keep a very low temperature. That is why we use dinitrogen in that. Done? Write this slide. Let me know when you are done.
So is it true that when we dip a magnet inside a liquid nitrogen and keep it on a conductor, okay, then it floats over there like on air?
I have not done that. I have not done that. Whatever you are saying, I have not done that. Mariam is asking what is cryosurgery. Cryo means what it means cold. Okay, so there are some surgeries which have to be conducted in a very cold environment to preserve the organs. In that case, that is cryosurgery. Mostly cryosurgery it is done for the treatment of cancer cells. Okay, when you have to destroy the cancer cells or anything, any abnormal tissue if you have, that is used. Liquid
So
nitrogen
they
is used.
freeze the cell?
Sorry,
They freeze the cell?
they freeze the cell.
Yeah, I'm asking.
I don't know if they freeze a cell.
Like nitrogen is usually used for freezing
Nitrogen
or
is
cooling, right?
yes, nitrogen is cooled. It is used for cooling.
So they might be freezing the cell.
And they might be freezing the cell. They might be freezing the cell, or if you apply it too much cold, then the cell they have these they can die also. Correct. So they may be using
Yes,
that for. Somebody asked me something. Somebody was saying that their cell dies. What foods are stored? You have traveled in trains now. So those trains would need those food items which are stored in lower temperatures. And then if there are shipments, across countries, and there are some materials which can get, what can I say? Yeah, if they are subjected to heat, they may get destroyed or they may get bad. Then for that you will need mainly, I guess, this food items is mainly for shipments. Are you done, guys? Writing this? Okay, yes, everyone is done.
yes, sir.
Okay, now, so let us not start a new topic. Okay, so what did we start with? Yeah, we started with
Start with
what is the first topic that we learned? To discuss
Orthophosphorus acid.
orthophosphorus acid. Okay, so orthophosphorus acid is what? It is H3,
H3PO3.
H3PO3. Okay. Now, Nazira, what is the next thing that we learned? Nazira, after orthophosphorus.
Pyrophosphoric acid.
Yes. So when is pyro used? Pyro and it is ic acid, na? The acid is ic. So tell me, what is this pyro? This prefix pyro is obtained when?
Um, number of hydrogen is more than or equal to 2.
Okay. And the prefix pyro
Prefix
is obtained by
obtained by removal of one H2O from 2 molecules of parent acid.
parent acid. So what is the parent acid here? It is
Parent
ic.
acid is H3PO4.
Yes, very good. So we will take two
2
H3PO4
H3PO4.
and we will remove one H2O.
Then
So
we'll get H4P2O7.
yes, very good. H4P2O7. Okay. Mariam, can you unmute? Mariam can't. Okay. What about Sania? Sania gave a few answers, I guess. Sania, what is the next thing that we learned? No one is saying. Abir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, after pyrophosphoric, what did we learn?
Pyrophosphorus acid.
Phosphorus acid. So in pyrophosphorus acid, the prefix pyro
So is obtained by removal of one H2O from two molecule of parent chain. Parent acid.
parent acid. Okay, so what we will get?
Then
P.
we will get P single bond O.
Achha, tell me the formula. H4P2O5. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are remaining with two. That those are hypoforms, right? Those are hypo. So in hypo, we have seen that in hypo, what happens? There are two cases. If you have ic acid and if you have us acid. So in ic acid, what happens? In ic acid, we have to remove.
pyro
We have to
first.
remove.
We have to
We have
convert
to
it to
remove oxygen
pyro
from pyro.
and then remove oxygen from pyro.
Yeah. So parent, remove H2O, you will get pyro.
Yes, sir.
Then again, remove one oxygen atom, you will get
Hypo.
correct. Now see, this may be you may be thinking, sir, एक reaction के लिए क्या आप इतना लंबा चौड़ा सिखा रहे? That is not the case, because this is just group 15. You have group 16, you have group 17. So in the next two groups, you will be learning the same things. Okay, for sulfuric acid, then in the next group you will be learning the same oxy acids of sulfur, and we will be using the same things. Now in us, what happens? In us, we have what do we have?
We directly remove oxygen from parent acid.
Oxygen from parent. Okay. So in ic acid, what is the formula for hypophosphoric acid? The formula will be H4P2,
H4P2O6.
and for us it will be H3PO2.
H3PO2.
So what is the remark regarding H3PO2? It is reducing in nature. It is monobasic, and also it is reducing in nature. Why it is reducing in nature? Because it has two pH bonds. It has two pH bonds. Okay, this is the structure. It has two pH bond. Now what is the reaction? See, it converts AgNO3 to metallic Ag. This has 0, this has +1. So it is reducing. It is what? It is reducing. Okay, what are the other products that is formed? The other products are H3PO4 plus HNO3.
And HNO3.
Okay, and here we have H3PO2. Okay, H3PO2. H3PO2, na? Here it is H3PO2, here it is H3PO4. Okay. Now, so after that we learned about the effect of heat. So heat on acid. Now again here we have two cases. Okay, here again we have two cases. The first case is of when we have ic acid. Ic is very easy. Okay, when we have ic acid, that is on maximum oxidation state. Oxy acid of maximum oxidation state. What do we do here, Nazira? Yes, Nazira.
Yes, sir.
If we heat oxy acid of ic form, what is the product that we will get? How will we form the product? See your notes and tell me.
Yes. If we
Loudly, a bit loudly, please.
removal of H2O,
Yes, we remove H2O,
yes.
and whatever rest is formed, whatever rest is remaining, we write that. Okay, whatever rest is remaining, we write that. Okay. Now, for example, let me give you HNO3. Tell me the products here, Nazira. For HNO3, what will be the product?
H2O plus NO.
See, you have removed two hydrogens now from your H2O, so you will multiply 2
No,
here.
yes, 2 here in front.
So now you will get N2O5.
2O5.
And so see, this is where it becomes tricky. Whenever you remove H2O, first if you see 2H2, just write here 2H. Okay, just write there 2H. Now the next case is for intermediate. So you have oxy acid, which is of intermediate oxidation state. You heat this, you will get an oxy acid of higher oxidation state plus a product of lower oxidation state. Now what you have to remember here, you don't have to remember any reaction here. What you will remember is 3 police,
3 police, 1 in 1 car,
1 car,
nightclub with 0 shows.
2 nightclub with 0 shows. Okay, so this will give you for all the oxy acids of phosphorus. For example, if you have an oxy acid of, let us say, S3PO3, S3PO3, you heat this, you will get S3PO4, right? You will get PH3. Here it is what? -3. Here the phosphorus is in -3 oxidation state. Next we learned about nitrogen. So in nitrogen, the things that we learned is about the lab method. So method of preparation. The method of preparation that we saw. So first we saw NH4 Cl plus Na NO2. When you heat this, first of all you react these two, you will get NaNH4
NH4 NO2 plus NaCl.
Okay. Now when you further heat this, you will get
N2
plus
H2O.
2H2O. NaCl is NaCl, it will be remaining like this only. Okay. So you will write directly from here to here, N2 plus H2O plus NaCl. The next reaction is with, again, the same ammonium salt. What is the ammonium salt here? It is ammonium chromate, NH4 whole twice Cr2O7. Now when you heat this, you will get N2 plus H2O plus Cr2O3. Now here you will get 4 H2O molecules. Now the next one is with azide, a metal azide. Now this metal can be, tell me, Abir.
So in the first reaction, the last step, should we write NaCl?
See, if you directly start from here to here, now, see, I'm saying that in the boards, you will not get this, the intermediate step here. So from here to here, you have to write NaCl.
So here we should write NaCl, N2 plus H2O plus NaCl.
If you write the first reaction, if you write like this, 1, 2, 3 directly, then you have to write this complete one. Okay, this is the third reaction now. If you're writing from the first step to the third step directly without the second step, you have to write the NaCl also. But if you're just heating this, then if you're just showing a heat here, then you don't have to write. Okay.
Okay, sir.
See, it should be balanced. Just don't worry about. I mean, this is a very logical answer you can get is that the products and the reactant should have same elements. So if you are starting with here and directly ending here, where will this Cl go? And where will this sodium go? You have to show this in the product. Now, if you are just heating this, but I am saying that you don't show this reaction. You just show from 1 to 3 directly. Now for metal azide, we will have this metal can be either sodium or barium. Sodium or barium metals. Okay. Now, Ahmed, tell me why is N2 inert at room temperature?
Why is N2 inert?
Why is N2 inert at room temperature? Others
Yes,
can answer in chat.
I guess I don't know about it.
You don't know about this?
No.
See the properties of nitrogen. The third
It is
point.
colorless. Okay,
Third point.
dinitrogen is chemically inert at room temperature due to high bond dissociation
See,
energy of
just thought and you are saying you don't remember. Of N
and
bond
triple
N.
bond
Okay.
N.
You don't write N2. Show this. Okay. And here you say that, or rather, N nitrogen triple bond nitrogen. Okay. Since nitrogen has triple bond. Whatever if you want to add, you can add, but still it is MCQ, so you don't have to worry about this. It is MCQ, you don't have to worry about this. Okay. One thing is that nitrogen N2 plus metal, it will form ionic nitride. Okay, so the reactions here we have is from lithium and magnesium. Okay, lithium and magnesium they react with N2 to form metal. Yes, Abhi, that is correct. Okay, so you are done with the nitrogen. Then we have nitric acid, ammonia, phosphine, then some compounds of phosphorus halides. We have trihalide and pentahalide. We will see those in the next class, and then also we will do the questions from NCERT. We have 15 questions from group 15. Okay, see, group 15. How many questions? 15 questions out of 40. Okay. So group 15 has 15 questions. We will see those questions. Yes, Sanya, that is correct. Okay. Then we will go to group 16. Okay, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now most of the 15 questions, now if you will see, most of are done and they are already present in your notes. Okay, they would be already present in your notes. So I will be just asking the question.